Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the interweb for all things geeky and cool. And today, guys, we have another Funko review. We're taking a look at the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Funko Pop, which is Han Solo riding his Tauntaun. I wanted this pop ever since I knew this thing was coming out months and months back. Now, I thought the price point on this thing was going to be super ridiculously high, and that is, in this case, not true. That's a fallacy. I actually got it on Amazon for about $37 with shipping, and this is a phenomenal pop, if I do say so myself. Now, what we're going to do is go into a full breakdown segment. We're going to look at the packaging as a whole. We're going to look at Han Solo on the Tauntaun. We're going to look at the interchangeable base for it, and any articulation or any accessories this particular pop has. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to go into a breakdown. Okay, guys, we're in our breakdown segment looking at the Pop Ride number 125 Smuggler Bounty exclusive Han Solo with Tauntaun. So, very first thing we always do is look at the packaging. Really great packaging for this Pop Ride. Of course, you have Han Solo with Tauntaun over here. You have the name of the pop at the bottom, Han Solo with Tauntaun. You have the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive kind of sticker like they put on everything, which is an exclusive item. You have, of course, Star Wars line with number 125 here in the corner. On this side here, you have the kind of shot of Han Solo riding the Tauntaun. And on the other side, we have Han Solo with Tauntaun going across the side, as well as another picture of Han Solo and Tauntaun. And on the top here, you have the same identical artwork. On the back, you have a blown-up version of the Han Solo with Tauntaun, and all the figures that were available in this particular wave. So, I mean, the packaging as a whole looks really, really good. What we're going to do is come back from a break with this guy completely out of packaging, going into the breakdown further. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, we actually have Han Solo with his Tauntaun out of packaging, and he looks amazing. So if we look at him, I'll kind of get closer to the camera. He's in his snow gear, as you see here. His head is turned to the side, and you see it bobbling. And that is my biggest concern about this particular figure, which I'll talk about shortly. So, I mean, if we look, spin him around a little bit, the head of the Tauntaun looks really, really good. Nice tooling, amazing tooling, actually, the way it looks here. I love the way it looks. It looks really, really sweet. He has his little tail in the back here with a little pink edge on the actual back of the pop here, at least for the Pop Ride itself. Now, he does detach from this particular base. He does work like the traditional Star Wars standard pops, where there is a detachable base here. So you have this white background, which represents like Hoth itself, kind of a white snowy planet, and it does say Star Wars in the front, like we saw for the black type of bases for the standard pops. So, and it has 3 holes, I don't know if you can see it here, 3 peg points where the actual Tauntaun plugs into. So base aside, and if I kind of hold them up here so you can see here, this right here is the biggest issue I have with this pop. The problem, again, is the spring here. If you try to move this head and put the head facing this direction here and attempt to put him back into his actual packaging, the clamshell packaging is designed for this type of position, and you're going to run into a lot of problems if you try to turn the head this way, again, facing this way, like that basically. It would be very, very difficult to put him back into the packaging, and that's the biggest issue I have with this particular pop. The next issue I have with him is not as big as a problem, as he's stuck in this position. You cannot remove Han Solo from the Tauntaun. He's sculpted into this particular pose that you see him here. They do not remove. He's not like, for example, Daenerys riding Drogon, where you can remove the pop. So you have Drogon by himself and Daenerys detached from him. This particular Pop Ride does not do it. The head does not turn or move for the Tauntaun. It is locked in this position. Han, again, his head does move, but it is a stupid bobblehead. So that is the biggest issue I have with this particular pop. I, again, love the way it looks. Great tooling, great design for him. The color looks great with the kind of yellowish horns on the Tauntaun, as you can see here. He has the big black eyes in the front. I had to look at the front of the pop because I wasn't sure if it was black or brown, but it looks amazing. Han himself has his goggles down, as you can see right here, as he was in the snowstorm looking for Luke in the Empire Strikes Back movie when he was trying to find him when he was on the Tauntaun. But all in all, a phenomenal design, phenomenal pop ride. I highly, highly recommend getting this pop. I'll put him back on the base here so you can see him. Again, I highly recommend getting this particular pop, and with that being said, guys, let's go to final thoughts and wrap up this video. Okay guys, final thoughts on the pop number 125 Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Han Solo with his Tauntaun. I love this guy. Great design, great engineering, great tooling. It looks amazing. This is a definite buy if you can get it for the price you want to pay for it. Again, I wouldn't spend more than, I wouldn't say higher than $50 on this particular pop ride. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal pop ride. Now, again, the biggest shortcomings about this particular pop ride is the janky bobblehead. It's extremely fidgety and extremely difficult if you take this out of packaging and try turning the head. If you try to put it back to its original position and put it back in the clamshell, as you can see it here, it's really designed to only fit one way in this packaging. So if you try to mess with the head and turn it in a different direction and try putting it back in the packaging, you're going to run into problems. So I strongly, strongly suggest take this with a grain of salt. Just leave it the way it is as it's designed. I think it looks amazing as it looks here in packaging. Now, as far as big news coming up for the Funko community, there's going to be a new convention, or actually the convention's been running for a while now. I think it's the 5th iteration of it. It's called the D23 convention. It's a Disney convention held in California. They have a bunch of special Funko product that are being showcasing off at that particular show, which are exclusives. And one of them is a Dorbs Ride version of the same exact guy you're looking at here. I'll put a picture up over here so you can take a look at him. But again, guys, be very, 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 very diligent about this. Don't purchase that Dorbs Ride. And the reason why I'm saying that, I checked the pricing of what people are offering for that Dorbs Ride. It's going for about $150 on eBay right now. It's going for a ridiculous price point. I would steer clear about that. Maybe wait a few months and let the price drop down. So I just want to let you guys know there is another variation for this type of, I guess, Han Solo and Tauntaun in a Dorbs fashion. So I hope you like this video, guys. Remember to click that like button at the bottom of the page. You can click subscribe at my face on the corner here, and you can click Windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. I'll see you next video, and bye-bye.